Hey, what's up, guys? It's David and Andrea back for another podcast. Podcasting it.
Yeah, very exciting podcast.
Yeah, this one will be interesting. Yeah, because I was going to do an advertisement, but, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this one is going to be exciting and it's going to be weird, too, because we're going to film this in segments.
Mm-hmm.
So the basis of this is, Andrea and I were talking that we've both, never seen movies that the other person has seen that we love. For example, I've seen Lord of the Rings. Andrea said that she's only seen, part of it, not very much of it at all.
Yeah.
And also, that was a long time ago, so, I wanted to show her Lord of the Rings, and I've never seen Bridesmaids, so Andrea wanted to show me that, plus some other ones as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to, film it in segments. So, the first one up is Bridesmaids. So we're going to watch Bridesmaids, and then we're going to basically record my reaction, what I thought of it, positives and negatives, even though I'm sure there will be no negatives at all.
No, of course not.
And then at some point we'll do Lord of the Rings as well, but we'll get to that later on. We're going to start off with Bridesmaids, though, so excited to see it.
I feel like there hasn't been a podcast that's done this. It's kind of unique.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get millions of views from this. Yeah. This will be the reason that we get famous.
Yes.
Is this unique podcast right here.
Yes.
I'm also working on getting some podcasters on the show as well. So hopefully we can get Bill Burr on here.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm obsessed with your podcast, Bill. Shout out.
Get on here now.
Anyway.
Come talk to us.
You'll make the podcast better. We suck. You're great. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to start off with Bridesmaids, and we'll be back with you as soon as we watch it. All right, so we just watched Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
And Andy was like, what do you think? I'm like, well, I'll tell you exactly what I think once we start recording.
Listen, I needed to know.
It was good. So, that's, first impression is good. Because this came out in, 2011? I think I've read.
Somewhere around there,
yeah. So, it's been a while since it's been out. And I know when it came out, immediately what I thought was, oh, it's called Bridesmaids, so it's, going to be a chick flick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I thought, right? So, I feel like that's why I didn't go see it.
Well, yeah. Because I think a lot of people.
Yeah. It's a chick flick, right? But,
yeah.
I don't know, it was good, though. It was funny, it has a lot of great actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally love Melissa McCarthy. I know she wasn't, the star, but I freaking love her.
Okay, her character in this is...
great.
It's hilarious. And
it's insane, because she looks better with time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Between then and now, she looks great. Mm-hmm. She looked great then, but she looks better now.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then John Hamm is just beautiful.
He's just John Hamm.
Right.
I mean, he's great.
And physically,
his character in his...
Physically, he looks like he could be an intense guy, but he's such a goofball.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He seems like a real charm.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And, everyone else, Kristen Wiig and Rose Byrne are awesome.
Oh, my gosh. I feel like you couldn't have put a better cast together for this movie.
Well, and all those actors, work well together.
Yeah. For sure.
There could have been, one oddball in the mix, but, they all work well together.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like that's partly why it makes it funnier, is because they do work well together,
Yeah.
They are very funny together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and that's why why I was interested, because this is so, from, a woman's perspective, you get it, right? Because this movie. So I was it'd be interesting to see from, a guy's perspective, because, to me, those scenes are hilarious.
Well, go watch The Hangover.
Okay, first of all, let's not get on the tangent about how much I love The Hangover.
Okay, that's a guy's weekend.
Yeah, but you know what? It's still funny to both genders.
Right.
And I feel like this movie is. It's a little more geared towards girls.
Yeah. And, I picked that up, but, I still enjoyed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's still funny.
So for all the guys out there who are like, ew, no, it's a chick flick. Like, it's actually a good film. And it's funny. Has a great cast, yeah.
Like the airplane scene?
Yeah, the airplane scene is great. Where Kristen Wiig is she drunk or high or what is she? Do we know?
Both.
Okay. So, because she took a pill and then she had alcohol. So she's, I guess it's a combo?
Yeah. Well, when you mix, they didn't say specifically what, like, anti-anxiety they gave her.
Right.
But, like, generally, sometimes if you mix, like, Xanax with alcohol.
Yeah.
It can be deadly.
Not that I would know.
It can be deadly. Yeah, it's not a good combination.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, like pills and alcohol.
Yeah, especially ones that, like, okay, anti-anxieties. We won't get too psych here, but, like, when you're taking, like, medication, like, antidepressants, like, anxieties, they mess with your brain chemistry, right?
Yeah.
So you mix that with alcohol, not good.
I feel like that's just common sense, though.
Or it should be
for most people.
You would be surprised.
Some people don't have common sense, so.
Well, you would think it's common sense, but some people don't think about it.
Yeah, but like you take a pill, you usually take like water with it. not Jack Daniels.
Listen, I 1,000% agree.
I don't agree with you, David.
No,
it should happen.
I want to take my medication with alcohol.
Yeah, the airplane scene was good.
Oh
and then when Kristen Wiig freaks out at the bridal shower.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's, yeah.
With the cookie.
Her freaking out is just a joy. And I will say that Kristen Wiig and the cop, like, I totally called them getting together, like, early on.
What?
Like, whatever, when they first met, I'm just like, Andrea, they're going to get together, aren't they?
You did.
Like, yeah.
You did. You just looked at me, you were like, so they end up together, right?
Of course, like, he's the good guy, but she doesn't, like, appreciate him until the end. When she's learned her lesson, and it's like, oh, he is the good guy. Why stay with John Hamm? The obvious choice.
How every love story happens, right?
Sure, John Hamm is hot, but is he a cop?
Yeah, right. And is he a jerk?
Well,
yeah.
You know.
But he's hot.
What else do you need in life?
Listen, if Zac Efron came to me...
You wouldn't say no.
I don't care how mean he is.
He would not be mean, though.
No, not Zac Efron.
No. God bless him.
Just bless his heart.
Yeah. So I know one of your favorite scenes was the plane scene, but
oh my God.
Any other favorites?
The street scene when she's in her wedding dress.
Oh, yeah.
And Kristen Wiig looks like, oh, you're doing that.
Yeah. That reminded me of just that whole scene where they get food poisoning.
Yes.
At the bridal shop. It's magic. It's movie magic.
It's like just the perfect scene.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, it's well done.
Yeah.
Well executed.
Right.
It's just great.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, those two are my favorite.
Yeah.
I just love the airplane scene when she's like, I'm Mrs. Iglesias. Help me, I'm poor.
I feel like we've all been there, though. Just our friend is out of their mind and just like, honey, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Honey.
Oh,
Let me take you back and we'll take a nap, okay?
Right? Just stop. It's fine.
You know what? Sometimes we all need help.
This is true.
We have to go back to coach and take a nap.
Go back to...
You know what? Speaking of that, I would love to be in first class one time.
Oh, I know, right?
Just once, just to experience it.
I know.
Just to experience that luxury.
Right?
Just to be in a lounge chair thousands of feet up in the air.
Right, I know. Just sounds so, like...
But no, I need two strangers on either side of me at all times.
Right?
In a cramped space with
and
no leg room.
And a kid kicking the back of your seat.
Right. Okay, so this is a tangent, but like, why are there always babies on every single flight crying? They have to cry.
Always.
I mean, it's not, of course, it's not their fault, because, like, what are the pressure?
it's
in their
so-
ears
I
or whatever
cry
it is. But
every
yeah.
time we land because of the pressure in my ears.
Really?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
never flying with you then.
Well, okay, I don't like,
Right.
but the pain's there.
But like, I swear, there's always a child on every
Oh,
single plane.
always.
And you might not see them at first, but they're there.
No, you never see them when you're on.
Oh no. But
No.
you can hear them.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're usually quiet until you start.
and you know what I've noticed? The parents never do anything.
No.
Isn't
Or they're
that-
trying. Or you have the parents like, shh, and the baby's like,
Why aren't they shutting up?
That's clearly not helping.
You know what you do? You give them pills and alcohol
Oh, God.
and make them chill out.
Yeah, let's not kill the baby.
No, he'll be fine. He just
feel
needs to chill.
I feel like that would kill the baby.
You know what? Just because he isn't of age,
I'm just saying.
it's better for everyone else on the flight.
I mean,
Truth.
it's not inaccurate, but
Yes.
there might be a better way to quiet the baby.
I can't think of a thing. I'll get back to you though.
Yeah. Research that.
Right. I will. But yeah, good film. So anyone out there who's like, I don't know about Bridesmaids, it's a chick flick. Well, not really.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Has elements.
It has elements, like certain parts. And you were even saying like there's stuff in here that girls definitely do.
Oh, 1,000%. Like, oh, I think that's another good scene, which I think you liked this too. When they were giving the speeches at the engagement party.
Yeah.
And they were like almost having like a pissing contest.
Right. And you were saying like, oh, girls do that.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with their best friends. It's like,
Yeah. No, I'm the best friend.
yeah. Oh, like if your best friend starts hanging out with someone else,
Yeah.
you're like, excuse me?
Yeah.
No. She's my best friend.
You know,
Which-
I'm not a girl, but like, hey, girls, calm down.
Listen, it's like this thing. I don't know what it is, but like, no, that's my best friend.
This isn't even a podcast, it's a TED Talk.
Yeah, right?
Ladies, calm down.
Welcome to our
You
TED
can
Talk.
all be friends.
And welcome to our TED Talk. Or I should say, and thanks for listening to our TED Talk. No, but really, I don't know what it is, but like, we do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because,
That's like one of the differences between guys and girls. Like, guys don't really care.
yeah, we're girls, like, if we have our best friend,
Yeah.
and that's our best friend.
Yeah. I don't really know if guys have other best friends that are guys. It's just like, you know
Like,
what?
good
You're my
friends,
bro.
right?
Like, we're good company. I like hanging out with you. Like,
You have, like, your good friends,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if I have, like, I don't know, best friends, but it's like just guys that I enjoy hanging out with, you know?
Yeah. I think that is definitely a difference between guys and girls.
Yeah.
Because girls are... I feel like even the way girls interact with other girls is different than, like, how guys interact with guys.
Well, and I can say, like, personally, like, I've had guys that are like, yeah, like, we're cool, like, you're my friend or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, awesome, you too. But I've had a couple girls that are like, you're one of my best friends, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, because I understand, like, how big of a deal it is for a girl.
The pressure.
Right? I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, this is such a big deal.
Yeah, we don't just call anyone our best friend.
No.
Well.
If you're lying about it.
It depends.
Oh my gosh. Are there some people out there that aren't telling the truth?
What?
What?
Everyone isn't truthful?
You're just saying things to make me happy?
People lie and manipulate?
I think partly for guys, it's just like, we don't have time for that. Like, we don't, or like, maybe we just don't care enough about that.
I think you guys are just so chill about friendship, where girls are, like, more intense about it. Like,
Yeah. I know a lot of girls that are like, I like hanging out with guys more just because they're more chill.
well, yeah, girls can get very emotional in their friendships. It's
Yeah.
almost like it's like almost like a romantic relationship without, like, the romantic
Right.
side of the relationship.
I mean, of course, it depends on the girl, but, you know.
It does, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, me,
Yeah.
not so much.
Well, you say that, but someone else might be like, okay, Andrea.
This is true.
There's going to be some girls in the comments just like, well. Well.
Andrea's like that. That's probably true. Well, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
Yeah.
I guess that's about it for this film. But yeah, overall, since you were showing me the film, my reaction is I liked it. It was funny. It was enjoyable. It was better than I thought it would be. It was not the chick flick that I thought it would be.
Right? I knew in the beginning you were a little hesitant. You were like,
Yeah. But then I saw John Hamm and I'm like, oh, okay. It's better now.
Yeah. No, and that's, can you see why it's like up there on like one of my, not my favorite movies, but like one of my.
It's very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those mindless ones that you can just sit,
Yeah.
watch and enjoy.
Right.
You don't have to think.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for this segment. I'm not sure what the next one we watch will be, but you're about to find out. All right. So we just watched The Promise,
Yeah.
and I feel like this is getting back at me for showing you hours of Lord of the Rings. You're just like, you know what? You're showing me hours of your movie. I'm gonna like drop a heavy one on you. I just showed you a fun fictional movie with Pippin in it. And
Listen,
you're like, here's a realistic genocide.
Did I not warn you?
You did.
Okay. I warned you.
I
gave you the option.
I wanted this to be a fun podcast, and now I'm just sad.
I gave you the option. I said it's going to be heavy.
Sure, there was death in Lord of the Rings, but at least it didn't actually happen.
Listen. I told you, I said, listen, you don't have to watch this. It's a heavy one. And I know not everyone likes realistic, heavy drama. But you said you would.
So, for those people who have not seen The Promise and don't know what it's about, like, which I'm assuming is a lot of people, because I'll be honest, like, I didn't.
Yeah, no, not a lot of people. It wasn't promoted very well.
Yeah. Well, neither was the subject matter.
No.
But, yeah, so it's The Promise, which is about the Armenian genocide, which, again, I mean, not something that I was entirely familiar with, to be honest.
You're not the only one.
Well, I mean, part of it is, like, you just don't learn about it in American schools growing up. Like, of course, you learn
about it. Yeah.
You learn about, like, the American Holocaust, or not the Holocaust that happened in World War II to the Jewish people, but you don't really know about the Armenian genocide.
No, and it was the first genocide of, I always get these mixed up, the 20th or the 21st century?
20th.
The 20th century. So it was the first genocide of the 20th century.
Yeah, it happened during World War I.
1915.
And so you would explain it towards the beginning of the film, but remind me why, well, to your best knowledge, why, like, they entered the war, the Turkish people, was it?
Yeah, the Turks. So I don't know specifically why they entered World War One.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I think, that I don't know too much of. I think maybe they entered it some power thing with Germany, maybe. I do know they're all about power. And so I could see them, like, Germany giving them something, or I don't know. They've always been on the side of evil.
Right. Which, fair. And it sounds like, because I had this question as well, which sounds like you have something to say about why the Armenian genocide happened at all. Like, what was the beef
What was
What was the beef? Like, why are Armenians dying?
Yeah, right.
Like,
Good question, right?
right?
Why Turkey wanted to kill the Armenians?
Yeah.
Because partially it's a religious thing.
Okay.
They are Muslim, we're Christian,
Okay.
and we were the biggest minority in Turkey. But
So it's like kind of a threat kind of a thing?
That was because they took our land. So Armenians didn't even like migrate to Turkey.
Okay.
We were just chilling in our own little villages, and Turkey's like, this is Turkey now.
Yeah.
So we ended up we were the biggest minority there, and they just didn't, they're just racist towards it.
Okay.
I think that's the best way to explain it. It's why is anyone racist, right? But
right.
Yeah, they were just racist towards the biggest minority.
Okay. Like, maybe it was like, the Armenians were almost like a threat in terms of like they're the biggest.
Yeah, because we are a threat to them in a sense of they're not, and this is going to sound weird, but like, because we were the biggest minority, and we're not Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the fact of that is a threat, and they also wanted to, and they still do, to this day, want to take over our mainland Armenia.
Okay.
So they knew they can't hit the mainland, the actual country of Armenia, because, combined with the Armenians living in Turkey, and this is just me speculating right now, but like, I feel like they wanted to get all the Armenians out of Turkey, kill them, so that they didn't have as many to fight to get our land in Armenia, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I'm just happy about? Because I have German background, and I'm like, wow, it's not my fault this time.
Well, actually,
hey.
No, it's not. No, but what I was going to say is Hitler got his idea from the Armenian genocide.
I can see that.
So thanks, Turks. You caused 2 genocides.
Wow.
Because Hitler actually said, who today, after all, still speaks the annihilation of the Armenians. So he knew about it. That's where he got his idea from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities to what the Germans did to the Jews than what the Turks did to the Armenians.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but like getting to the film, like it was really good. It kind of like goes over all that. And I remember I had asked you like, because I didn't know about this film, and I'm thinking like, okay, did it come out a long time ago? And I was like really young, so I like didn't hear about it, but like it came out recently, like 2016, 2017?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, it's 2020 now. That's only like a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to wonder like why wasn't it promoted? Like why didn't we hear about it?
You know why?
Oh boy. Turkey. And you were saying that like the director mainly funded this, right?
No, so
who was it?
The director was actually, he's the same director as Hotel Rwanda, so Terry George or something.
Yeah.
But Kurt Kerkorian was the I don't even know if he produced it, but Kurt Kerkorian, he was the head of like MGM, one of those, and he tried to get this film made like long time ago, and he couldn't get the funding for it through MGM or whoever he was the head of because of Turkey. And
which is messed up.
And which, yeah, exactly. It just goes to show you how much control and power in this realm, because Turkey doesn't control anything else. But if you talk about the Armenian genocide, they're very on top of it in their power. So they couldn't get funding because if they funded it, then Turkey would be pissed, and then it could break the U.S. allegiance with Turkey.
Oh, okay.
And so he had to fund it.
Which is crazy because we're making a movie, right?
Right.
It's not like we're...
Right.
Like,
but it's showing Turks in a bad light.
Which is weird because, like, the movie was made anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because he funded it.
Yeah.
It was all from his own money.
Which makes you wonder, like, okay, Turks, like, what's going on? Like...
Oh, they hide... Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at in the movie... Well, since you guys don't know, but Christian Bale's in it.
Yeah, he is. As if you needed another reason to see this movie.
Right?
And Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. But his character, there actually was an American reporter.
Okay.
Over there reporting on what was going on in the genocide, and they did a lot to try to stop him.
Oh, of course.
And I mean, even in the movie they did it, right? Yeah. So Turkey goes through extreme lengths to silence anyone who doesn't spew their rhetoric.
Well, it's like the Germans in World War II. Like, you don't want to admit that happened.
Yeah.
You know, like,
but
that's...
Germany still does. Whereas now Turkey has never admitted it.
Yeah.
So, at least Germany is like...
Hey, yeah,
guys,
our bad. Sorry, guys. Well, again, like, kind of going back to... We learned about the Holocaust and all that in school growing up, so, like, it's a lot more exposed.
Yeah.
Than the Armenian genocide was.
Well,
so it's like it's more easily...
Probably not taught because we can't recognize it without Turkey breaking its alliance. So that's why it's not taught.
But at the same time, like, how good of allies are you guys if, like, you're that sensitive about stuff like this?
It's not so much we need them as allies. It's we need them as allies so we can have their naval bases and their airspace.
Yeah.
So it's all strategic. Like, we don't really care about the technical relationship with Turkey. We just need the relationship so that we're able to have that strategic air base between Russia, or we can get to North Korea. Like, so that's why America's
again, like, we could teach this in schools, but why aren't we?
Listen,
man.
That's why probably if you've gone to school with an Armenian, you know.
Right.
Because any chance we can to do a presentation on this.
Yeah.
We do.
Like, I would so much rather learn about this than Algebra 2.
Oof, math.
Ooh. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, I think, like, it's just like any genocide, because obviously, like, this isn't the first genocide.
Right.
This isn't the only.
Mm-hmm. But it's a big one.
But it's a huge one, because if you think about it, like, there were maybe 2.5 million Armenians living in Turkey.
Yeah.
And they killed 1.5 million. So they killed either half of the population, Armenian population, or a little bit more than a half. So
that's messed up.
Yeah.
Do you think our podcast is going to get shut down?
No.
Because we're talking about this? Oof.
No.
The Turks are going to come over. Hey, we missed one.
And I'd be like, you know what? You'd be like, yeah, you did. He's right over there.
No, I'm German. I apologize.
Like, you have the dark eyes. And I'm like, what?
Dude, don't come at me, blonde hair, blue eyes. Come on.
Like, I don't look Armenian. I'm not Armenian. Actually, no. I'd be like, yes, I am. Come at me, bro.
Excuse me.
Come at me.
I survived. Come at me.
Yes, I am. They'd be like, oh.
We coming for you.
You speak it. Oh, Lord.
Anyway.
But it was, overall, though, do you feel like, because that's what I've always been interested in. If, like, someone who doesn't know about it saw this movie.
Yeah.
Like, if they thought it was, like, too much focused on the love story, or do you feel like it was a good mix?
It was a good mix. I mean, I think that I would have been interested in the factual stuff either way. Mm-hmm. Like, I think for somebody who, for me, I could have done without the love story. I would have been as interested either way.
Okay.
But I could see how someone who maybe needed that little extra push
Yeah.
would benefit with the love story.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why he did it. Because I saw an interview with the director. And I feel like he said he did that so you're getting the factual stuff, but you're also being pulled into this.
Like, for me, I would, like I said, I would have been fascinated either way. Mm-hmm. Just because, like, this is something that I didn't know, and, like, I'm genuinely curious about, like, what happened, you know?
Yeah.
So, I could have gone either way. But it was nice.
You know?
It was nice.
It was, I feel like the first time I watched it, it was really hard because it was my great-grandma's story.
Yeah.
So it was, like, hard to see it.
Well, that's tough for you because, like, those are your people.
Yeah. Well, and any Armenian, especially living in the dysphoria, grew up listening from your grandparents and your parents, like, what happened.
Yeah.
And then when you got to a certain age, it wasn't like, this is what happened to us as people. It was, this is what happened to my mom. This is what happened to my mom. And, like, that's when it kind of got realer because it's like, oh, this is my actual family.
Right.
And then we kind of grew up learning, like, hey, if they didn't have that will to survive, you wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
So seeing it actually in a movie was, like, kind of, it was weird.
Yeah.
Because you hear these stories, but to actually, like, see it,
yeah,
it adds a little bit more to it.
Right. Aren't you happy you weren't born 100 years earlier?
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, so both of my great-grandparents, so both my great-grandmothers on my mom and dad's side went through it. Mm-hmm. My great-grandfathers did not.
Okay. They
were both already in America.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when they came over. Well, I know when one of them came over. And then, so it's just kind of interesting because we got the stories from the Armenians who were here and hearing about this.
Yeah.
From my, like, we have a bunch of articles from 1915 that my great-grandpa saved.
Okay.
From here, and then we also get the survivor story.
Yeah.
So.
Rock on.
Right? It's heavy.
Yeah. I'll probably put in the IMDb link for this film just, like, in the description below, just so if, like, you guys want to check it out, like, do, because it was a really good movie, and, like, if you didn't know about this, like, it's a good way to, like, fill you guys in about what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's why he did it. It kind of gets you curious. Like, it gives you the facts.
Yeah.
But it gets you curious, like, to research it more.
Right. Plus, Batman is in it.
I mean,
as if you needed another reason to see it.
I was very surprised he was in this.
Yeah.
Like, I was not expecting...
Because, like, this is not a film that was, like, highly publicized.
No.
So it's interesting that they got, like, such a well-known actor in on it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and he did interviews, and he was saying that, like, he's like, I knew nothing about this, and he's like, it just kind of, it was interesting to me when I got the script.
Yeah.
And he must have known Kurt Kerkorian. Maybe that's how he got.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, why did they think of Christian Bale for the role, and, like, what made Christian Bale say yes?
Yeah, that'd be...
It, you know?
Yeah, Christian Bale, if you want to come on and...
Right?
Answer that question.
You want to talk about it? Hey!
Because that would be an interesting question. Because I often wondered, like, why did he do that?
Right.
Because not a lot of people outside of Armenians really know about this or care about it.
Yeah.
And so it's just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting, like, what made him so intrigued to do this.
Yeah.
But.
All right. Well, the next one's not going to be so hot and heavy.
Hey, I'm keeping my stance on it. I gave you the option.
Right? Hey. I agreed.
I gave you the option. But.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, overall, I liked it, though. It was informative, and it was entertaining. And Batman.
And Batman. And Batman.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I mean, if you want to check it out, please do. I mean, it was honestly a really good movie. And I think it should have been publicized more. But obviously it wasn't, because it wasn't made through any major film studio.
Mm-hmm. Well...
Which I think is part of it.
Yeah, it is. And it's also... They were starting to do press for it, and...
Yeah.
It got shut down.
Right.
After a while. I think it was starting to get the higher up presses.
Yeah.
And then it got shut down. So they couldn't even... properly, you know, I even forgot what they call it, but, you know.
Yeah. Advertise it
and everything. And it's kind of like exactly what, it kind of shows exactly why not a lot of people know that there's a war going on in Armenia right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not being talked about on the news, because they can't talk about it.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they have to talk about it a certain way and give fake facts and that are not true. And
yeah.
So.
I mean, America's good at that. Oh, snap.
Well,
that's a topic for another time.
Hashtag fake news.
Oh, wow. All right. Anyway, next movie is coming out.
He's very excited about this.
Oh, boy. All right. Next one's coming up. So we just did Count of Monte Cristo, which is your last choice for me. Which, by the way, I'll say, like, okay, I chose a trilogy of, like, the same movies, and you had, like, completely different films.
I'm all
I
over
got
the
gypped.
Oh.
No, you had a comedy, then you got depressing, and now you got this film.
A dark film.
Right. I just got 3 of the same movie.
That was your choice.
I mean, yeah.
Listen, I'm all over with my movie taste. So.
Hey, me too, but I'm also pro let's watch Lord of the Rings all the time.
Well, I mean, I understand.
Okay.
I do, but, like, this is one of my favorite movies.
I was going to say, what'd you think?
This is literally, I saw this when I was 10, and I did not want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Right. Why didn't you want to see it?
I don't know. I was 10.
Did you think you would not be interested in it?
Yeah, and I was super ADHD, and I was like, this is long.
Right.
And this is going to be boring. And I walked out, and I was like, that was the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like, I took my friends to it for my birthday party to see it. They didn't want to, and they all ended up loving it.
Yeah.
And it's just one of my favorite movies. I just love it.
You know, future Superman is in it.
Wow. You know.
I mean,
that's just a plus. I want to hear what you think before I tell you why it's like one of my favorites.
No, I really liked it. I mean, just plot was, it was engaging.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I love like a good old revenge movie anyway.
Right?
It's good.
Who doesn't?
Okay. I love like complex characters and not like, what was his name? Edmund. It was like, yeah, I guess he was kind of complex, but like his vengeance was complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just the fact that he had planned every little detail out. Like those are the kind of characters that I love, right?
Yeah.
Like the best revenge is one that's well thought out.
Oh, for sure.
You know? That's why
it's so methodical.
Yeah. I got something cooking right now. I got some revenge going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm thinking it up.
We'll talk after.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, I think that part alone just kind of...
Oh.
Because I love that kind of stuff, you know?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons why it's my favorite.
Well, and I mean, you could have taken Edmund and just given him a simple revenge. Like he ends up killing the guys, but like it's not as thought out as it was. And like
my favorite line in the movie.
Yeah.
I go to Paris. Bam, 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 bam. I come back before weekends. We spend the treasure. Yeah, but it's exactly that, right? He could have just sent his friend to Paris to kill them all.
Right.
He could have just spent his
what's
treasure.
the fun in that?
Exactly. And
it makes for a better movie too, like more entertaining.
Well, yes, of course. Yeah, and I think it makes his revenge all that much better.
Yeah. Like more satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, would he have known that his son was his son?
Oh.
Like if he had sent his friend over to kill everyone, he might have killed his son.
Right.
Obviously not knowing that he was his son.
Right.
By the way, guys, spoiler alert.
I was going to say spoiler alert.
Okay, but...
It's been out for
Right.
almost 20 years.
It's like fine. Lord of the Rings. Like, if you haven't seen it at this point, Andrea.
Sorry.
I mean, I could say the same with Monte Cristo, so...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean...
David. But no, you're right. Like, if he would have...
he would have gotten the girl back, but, like, she would have been like, hey, just so you know, you had your son killed.
But think about it. Would he, though? Because he was just as angry at her.
Yeah.
At that point in time.
Yeah.
Because all in his mind was... She went and married the man.
Well, I'm trying to remember if when he started planning his revenge, did he know that at that point? Did he? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so he would have been pissed either way. If he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, right? Because they got the treasure. Yes. So he learned when they went back to Marseille.
Yeah.
And he visited, I don't know what that guy's name was.
So that almost helps to the fact that he had this massive plot, is like during that time he learned that she had loved him the entire time, and that kid was actually his son. Like, I know, the more you know,
right? What I love about this movie though is that like you find out these pivotal like plot things at the most like perfect time.
Right.
Like he could have found out that was his son at any point.
Yeah.
Like she slept with him.
It's not rushed.
She could have been like, by the way.
Right.
You have a son.
Yeah.
Like she knew he was Edmund. But like.
Yeah.
She waited.
Right.
To tell him. And like he found out at like this huge point.
Yeah.
And like she found out he was Edmund at this huge point. Like.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, it was really good.
what were you saying before my nieces came in? Oh yeah, no. They find out all these pivotal moments at like these great times.
Yeah. It's not rushed.
Not at all. And I think that's what I love about it. He waited 16 years to get his revenge.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know, like, you and I are still, like, young or whatever, but it's like, think about how long 16 years is.
Right,
Like,
right.
That's a long time.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
That's like over half my life right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he, like, I think that's what's so cool about that plot is just, like, he didn't get right off the island. Or he didn't get out of prison and just go right for revenge.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't, like, he didn't go right up to them and was like, I'm Edmond Dantes. Like, no, he played this character. He studied them.
Yeah.
He learned how to get revenge the best way.
Well, and I think he knows, well, it's one of those things, like, this is such a huge plan that, like, you can't just rush into it. Like, it's not that easy, right?
It's not, but, like, I feel like so many people, like, I think what's so interesting is that he didn't have just that blind rage.
Right.
That
Well,
so
and I mean,
emotional anger that he just wanted to get it done now. Like, he was able to...
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he could have had that blind rage and just gone in there and killed everyone, right? But, the fact that he had to sit down and think, like, that's not the way to go about this. But, anyway, I mean, yeah, just overall, it was really good. And, yeah.
I know. I think it's great. Like...
Well, what I was also thinking is, like, this is one of those movies that, yeah, it's over 2 hours, so, like, some people might think that's, like, a longer movie, but it's engaging the entire way through, and it's almost like they use up, like, every second of those 2 hours, you know? Like, there's not...
Yeah.
There's not a boring moment in it, you know?
Exactly.
Like, there might be moments that are, like, not action-filled full of sword fights, but, like, that doesn't mean that dialogue isn't happening, you know? Like...
Right.
Important stuff.
Exactly. And it's actually based on a book.
Okay.
And I know the book is at least like 500 pages.
Oh, I'm sure.
600? Like, it's a long, long book. So I'm sure there's a ton more they could have put in there.
Oh, yeah.
But I think you're right. Like, I think every scene was important.
Yeah. Even at the beginning, like, they have to set up a lot of stuff.
But it's so important because it comes back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, even something as simple as her saying, stop twirling your hair.
Right. Yeah.
It comes back, and it's, like, it's important to remember that. Like...
Yeah.
It's just... And even, like, the chess piece. Like...
Right.
All these... Yeah. Every single scene in this movie is important. And has relevance to it.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, Jesus is in it.
Right?
Come on.
Not literally, guys.
No, not literally.
Although that'd be cool, right?
I mean, it kind of was. There was a lot of talk of God.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But we're talking the guy that played Jesus in Passion of the Christ.
Yes.
He was the star, so.
He played Edmond Dantes.
And also, I'm blanking on the name of the guy, but the villain, the real Mandalorian from Iron Man 3. The blonde guy from Iron Man 3 was I guess one of the main bad guys in this.
What is it? Countess? It's not Villefort. What is the other Countess? Count.
I don't know.
There was Villefort and...
Marcel?
Yeah, that was his wife.
Okay.
Is Mercedes, and then, yeah, but I know the guy's real name, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, he's in this. He's a good actor.
He is.
The name's gonna drive me crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I also think that's what helps make a movie a good movie. Is like you have to have like the right actors. You know?
Absolutely. And Dumbledore's in it.
Right.
And August Filch.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I think it takes like a certain person to be able to play a certain role, and I think these guys did a good job.
I agree.
Like, you know, you could have gotten Adam Sandler in there, but would he have been right for the role? Probably not. I would even go so far as to say absolutely not.
You know, Adam Sandler could not. Could you imagine him in this?
Adam Sandler, you are the father.
He's like, what?
What?
He do that weird, like, high-pitched voice where he, like, does the mumbling thing.
Shampoo is better.
Conditioner. No, what is he? You know how he does that, like,
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
No, but, like, you could have gotten... Yeah, just these guys were perfect for that part.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Plus, they just kind of had that look.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, just kind of fit with that time period and all that, you know?
Yeah, especially Dumbledore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And August Filch.
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like there's another person in here from Harry Potter, but I can't remember.
Probably.
But, oh yeah, Draco's mom.
Oh, okay. Who is she?
The prosecutor Villefort's wife.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that. I'll have to
So
fact
she's
check
the
it.
wife of another bad guy.
Yeah. I'll have to fact check that.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
who it is.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Can you see why it's one of my favorites?
Yeah. 100%.
It's so good.
This is high quality film right here.
And as a 10-year-old, I watched it and I was like, this dude is badass.
Yeah, right?
Like, oh, this is badass. How he got his revenge?
Right.
Freaking sweet.
Yeah. 100%.
So, yeah. If any of you haven't watched it, you should.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
It's definitely, I feel like it's a film everyone should see.
Right. One of those, like, top 100 films to see before you die.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But
Right.
it's on mine.
Yeah, it is.
My list.
Is it your top 10?
Oh, yeah.
Top 5?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For sure.
I mean, I would imagine so since you made me watch it. Which, thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because, like, Bridesmaids isn't in my top 5.
Right.
But you just hadn't seen it, so I was like, you
Yeah.
have to.
Right.
But this one is for sure in my top 5.
Yeah.
Maybe even my top 3.
Oof. You don't say.
I know.
Right.
That's saying a lot. And I know you'd want to see this. So
Yeah,
you've heard of this
I mean,
before?
yeah, I mean, it's been on my list of movies to see.
Okay. Because it's not a well-known movie.
No. Well, okay, so this is funny. So, you know I don't know if you know the movie V for Vendetta.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but...
So it's actually, this film is actually mentioned in V for Vendetta.
Is it really?
Yeah. And when I saw V for Vendetta, like, one of the guys talks about how good of a film it is, and I won't spoil it for you in case I force you to watch it. But one of his favorite films is Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh.
So I looked up like the plot of it and like kind of details about it. I'm like, oh, okay, like I want to see this one day.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have.
And
Wow.
now you have.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Coming full circle.
Yeah. You are welcome.
I can die complete. Well, not yet because I have to become a count first. Like that's on my
Yes.
to-do list now.
Yes, you want to...
I mean, preferably become wealthy first, right? I feel like that's part of it.
I think that's how you become a count.
Yeah? You think so?
I don't know.
We'll have to find that out.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to do some research.
Okay.
But I'm sure you have to have some...
If you guys don't hear from us in like 5 years, assume we're trying to become like counts and...
I'd be a countess.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much. I'd be fine with. No, I like the way Countess sounds better than Lady.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Countess.
Countess just has a certain amount of, like, awesomeness to it.
Yeah, like a status to it,
Yeah,
right?
status. Yeah,
Like,
I got money, man.
Ooh.
Like, if I called you a lady, it's like, well, yeah, you're a lady, but if I called you a countess, like, dude, there's some status to that. Like,
Right?
I know you got money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but if all of a sudden you just see that we become Count and Countess, then you know why.
Anyway. Yeah, it was good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
I'm glad.
It was a productive use of my time.
Well, good.
Unlike watching politics.
Well,
Listen.
oof,
Listen.
that's rough. I will say, the one good thing that came out of this election
Yeah.
was the memes.
Right? If there's one thing that America does right, it's memes.
Listen, the one good thing to come out of quarantine and this election were the memes.
I'd even say 2020 in general, the only good thing that happened.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I turned 30 this year. That was awful. So, and then quarantine happened. And this freaking COVID-19.
I ended a 6.5 year long relationship.
It's
The
just,
election happened.
it's been a rough year.
It's been tough, man.
It's been a rough year.
Yeah. But you know what?
It's getting better.
Memes. We're on
Memes.
point.
Memes.
Out of every hard time comes a good meme. That should have been my senior quote.
Yes.
Anyway, getting off topic. Kind of Monte Cristo. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely. From someone who has literally just seen it, I'd say it was really good.
It's a good.
Yeah. It was really good.
How was the cinematography coming from?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good, like, in every aspect movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
The houses were horrible in it.
Right? I mean.
No, I think that's one thing. The houses were so grand.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of movies even today that are just, like, not filmed very well, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even some big blockbuster ones are like, oh, that could have been better, but, like, this one was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, you guys should just go see it. Because
Yeah.
it's a good, like, a guy comes from nothing and gets the biggest revenge.
Yeah. Now that we've spoiled everything for you.
Well, yeah, go see it.
Go see it. It's worth it.
Yeah. You're the one that said that was his son, so now they know.
Right? It's still a good movie, though. So,
Yeah.
yeah. 100%.
We'll have to put, like, a little warning. If you
Right.
haven't seen it, don't listen to this until you
Right.
see it.
I mean, I think that's obvious.
Well, I feel like that's one of the biggest things about this movie is, like, if you know what's going to happen, it's not as, like,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.